just to be safe for the next few days, rest of the month, just for a minute, maybe don't even ask people, are they okay right now? Because I imagine if they were truthful, the answer is no. And I don't think any of us are expected to be okay. We're not okay. Not with everything we're dealing with right now in this country. Not with everything we are still processing from this week in Texas. And our minds, quite honestly, were not made to have to process this high volume of trauma. It's not. So, quite honestly, if you find yourself right now trying to escape and get away in a healthy way, whether you're trying to get away through creativity, through movies, through music, through art, through sports, through whatever it may be, reading, I don't care. Whatever healthy way in which you're trying to escape from the world right now and what's going on, do that. Do that. You may find creators still creating, and you know what? You may go to consume that because you just need a break. And I support you trying to get a break. It's not business as usual for a single parent, an educator, or anyone with humanity right now. It's just not. It's 100% why I respect and commend Kerr for the way in which he approached the pregame conference of Game 4. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Game 4. But like he said, nothing had changed with the team. But a whole lot changed for 19 plus families and every other child and family and educator within that school that will be affected by this, first responders and everything else. So you continuously ask when it's enough. We asked this question 10 years ago and we still didn't get an answer. So yeah, we'll talk about a few things today. And yeah, my Onyx slides came in. In May, we had the restock of the Adidas Yeezy slide in Onyx. As you can see, it reads Onyx all 3 times for the specific colorway. And yes, I went up to a size 7. I do that with all slides. I would still recommend go up a full size. Now, this is truly the most basic, honestly, review that could ever be done because it's one single piece of EVA foam, except this time the Onyx will feature texture on the actual material, which I like. I think it'll wear a little bit better and sweat less when worn on foot without socks. As you guys can see, I wear my resin pair quite a bit and it needs a little bit of a cleanup, so that's one reason why I really wanted Onyx. Shout out to Clicks and Sneaks, just because, listen, you have to deal with less wear and tear being shown. So now I have Onyx, I also have soot, and then resin to finish everything off. So, gotta love slides in the summertime. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back. Another video on Talks with TJ. And yeah, it's just a weird, surreal time right now. To be honest with you, everything, for Tuesday, definitely overshadowed. So for Game 4, respect to the Mavs. They brought it. They were clicking on all cylinders in terms of shooting. We continue to stay in a zone. I don't know why. And we came out flat. And outside of Curry, nobody was really attacking the basket. Poole got in foul trouble early. We let the young guys come in, and we are down by 29, and the young guys get us within, close to 10, which is amazing for them. So much respect for them. Kaminga, you did an amazing job. I don't then understand why we funneled the starters back in when the starters, quite honestly, weren't getting it done. I'm fine with keeping a lineup that's out there getting it done. But that game, we shouldn't have even been able to come back and get into the game. So I think that's also why I'm confident that Mavs within a whole 7-game series, wouldn't be able to stand up to the Warriors, because too often they're letting us back into the game. That's something that you can't do. But respect to our young guys. We're back in San Francisco to hopefully close this out. If it's a gentleman's sweep, then fine. I had enough respect for the Mavs. That's why I said I wasn't running around saying sweep. I would love for us to have finished business so that our guys can rest, but that's not what it is.
So we go back to San Fran and we try to close out, but respect to Jason Kidd, respect to the Mavs. Their team did an amazing job. They brought it. They did what they were supposed to do to survive and go on to another game. Again, with Kerr, everything, every single thing that he said, all of it, with all the emotion, with all the passion that he said, all of it. So separate from the game, I understand and I know it's been a lot for sneakers lately. And when I say a lot, listen, within the community, culture, all of that. And I think people have to also remember it's so vast. It's so wide, right? There are certain things that may be going on and happening and pop off. And you have certain corners of sneakers that don't even understand. They don't have no idea what's going on. And you've dealt with Union, you've dealt with the whole StockX and Nike thing. Not saying we're all directly affected by it, but still, it's definitely all over the timeline. Union, StockX and Nike, the Joe Fresh Goods drop, Crocs drops never seeming to go well for almost anyone. And now the whole Zadeh kicks thing, which I'll be honest, once it broke yesterday, I just thought, oh, well, man, that's messed up. And it quite honestly, it's probably just based on everything else that was going on. Listen, I'm empathetic to the people that have lost money. You've lost shoes, time, thousands of dollars, some of you close to hundreds of thousands of dollars in terms of funds that are tied up or already spent. No shoes in sight and doesn't look like you're getting shoes. So hopefully you're able to, request a refund, get in contact with your financial institution and get that money back. The whole thing had a whole lot of red flags from the start, but that wasn't something I chose to participate in. I already know it will be discussed ad nauseum everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It will certainly be the Bernie Madoff scandal of sneakers. But to be very frank, I don't know that I'm necessarily trying to do a whole video on it. I don't know that I am. And it's probably because in terms of being impacted, so removed from it. Never once did I think to do business with the company. For those who did, and in those massive orders, there's a risk in everything, and you have to weigh, does the possible outcome, does it justify the risk? Doesn't look like it did right now. So yeah, hopefully it all works out for people. Like I said, it's going to be covered ad nauseum by any and everyone. I'm sure it'll be discussed on Twitter by myself at some point. And then, yeah, I'm quite honestly going to try and move on. Again, there's so much else that individuals, period, right? All of us, we're going through different things in life that may have zero to do with sneakers. You may be trying to make sure that everything is in order for yourself. I don't care if it's financially, personally, your family, whatever it may be. And a headline comes across and you're like, man, that's messed up. And then you move on. It's honestly, you have to compartmentalize at some point. So again, for the Zadeh kick situation, unfortunate for those that have lost money. If you didn't lose a lot, it's just one shoe. This is a couple $100 lesson learned. And I would say this isn't going to happen again, but quite honestly, the dire need to have a shoe or the dire need to possibly turn a profit in this game outweighs the logic I think that should have came into play for people waiting months and months for shoes and just handing over 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 dollars. That's just my thought. Somebody else will fill that role. The engine continues to churn. Capitalism continues to churn. That's just the reality. But yeah, got my Onyx slide, so happy about that. Actually today, finishing up the tattoo on my ankle, so you guys will see a vlog of that tomorrow. I don't think that'll be crazy long or extensive, just to kind of finish it up, take you guys along with me real quick, and head into the very long, much needed holiday weekend. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Take care of yourselves. Peace.